Just saying it outright, I liked The Last of Us 2. So I occasionally peruse YouTube, and by occasionally I mean I'm pretty much on it more than I speak to anybody else. One thing I've noticed is that people have really been fucking ripping into The Last of Us 2 and how shit of a game it is. I've seen things like the fact that it's a disaster, that it's such an insult to gamers, and that people find the writing is just so terrible. I don't agree. I think it's a pretty good game. I think it works really well as a sequel. I think it was great, actually. I thought it was really good. This video, there's going to be a lot of spoilers for The Last of Us 2, by the way. I'm not holding anything back. You don't want to find out what happens in the game, don't fucking watch this video. So the biggest problem, of course, if you've played the game or you've seen somebody else play the game, we all know what happens at the start. Joel gets fucking bodied, and people had a problem with that. People were very upset that Joel was killed. People said, that's not how Joel would go, or Joel would fight. He wouldn't just let that happen. What people forget though is that the first thing that happens to Joel is he gets a shotgun to the leg.
Because they have.
Now, I personally have never been shot in the leg with a shotgun, and I don't think any of you have either. I can imagine that if I'd been shot in the leg with a shot, I don't think I'd really be doing anything, let alone fighting a group of people off. So the fact that people are saying, oh, Joel wouldn't let this happen, I don't think Joel let it happen. I just don't think he had a fucking choice. Now, I thought that killing Joel, well, I was surprised when it happened, and I was upset. I didn't like it, but I understand why it had to happen. If it didn't happen and Joel survives, what you end up with is just a reskin of the first game, where you're playing as Joel, you have Ellie following you around, you go do a bunch of stuff, and you basically, yeah, you play the first game all over again. That's what happens. They needed to change how it works, and I love it when writing does that. I love when writing sets you up to expect one thing and then completely fucks you off and says, actually, we're gonna do this, and kills off a character as big as Joel. The whole rest of the story, you follow Ellie, and then there's flashbacks to Joel being alive, but you also play as Abby, and a lot of people didn't like the fact that you still have to play as Abby after she kills Joel. Personally, again, I thought was a really great thing. You have to play as the character that you are supposed to fucking hate. I love it. It's torture for the player, and it's torture for the characters. And I recently watched a video on how to write a really good story, and it goes into a lot of depth about how to develop characters. And the thing he says at the end is, ask yourself, are you torturing your characters enough? Because I don't think there can be too much torture for a character. And Ellie goes through some fucking horrible shit, and I think it's perfect character development for her. When it comes to gaming, you've got a lot of different sides of the fanbase, and one of the worst sides of the fanbase are the people who can't tell the difference between a game and real life. If you follow any of the people who helped make The Last of Us 2, you'll know the actress Laura Bailey. She plays Abby. She's quite a famous voice actor actually, and she's very talented, and I appreciate a lot of the work she's done. I think she's been in a lot of games that I've played, and she's brilliant. However, what you have to remember is that Laura Bailey did not kill Joel. She didn't actually kill anybody. It's a game, okay? So there are people who have been sending her death threats all over Twitter, on social media, Instagram, I think it's been everywhere, saying that they're going to find out where she lives, they're going to kill her, they're going to kill her parents and things like that. You know it's a fucking game, right? You know these people in the game don't actually exist. They're not real. They're just played by actors, and everything they say is written in a script, right? How fucking dense do you have to be to believe that that kind of shit actually happened? And to send death threats to a fucking actor? What are you gonna do? You're gonna send death threats to Josh Brolin for playing Thanos because he snapped half the universe away? By the way, that didn't actually fucking happen. It was a movie. And just like this didn't actually fucking happen, it's a game. You need to be able to separate real life from media. And there's a fucking plane flying over my house. Go away. Please don't send death threats to actors. It's not okay. Don't send death threats to anybody, obviously, but don't send death threats to somebody because they played a character in a game that you didn't like. Now, the last point I want to make is at the end of the game, Ellie finally gets her opportunity to kill Abby, and they're in the water, they're both exhausted, they've both got no energy, they're both really badly injured. And Ellie has that perfect opportunity. She's holding Abby under the water and she decides not to kill her. Again, is a great use of the subversion of expectation, setting up for one thing and giving them the other thing. I think it was really good character development on Ellie's part. I think if there was a sequel that would happen right after the second part, I think you would see how that experience has not only changed Ellie, but changed Abby as well. It was the perfect ending. And then for Ellie to come home to the house with Dina, and the kid was called JJ, am I right? Yeah. And to find that they were gone as well, I think it's the perfect ending. I think it could be a very nice setup for a sequel for a part 3. But I'm starting to think that if they did make a part 3, I'm not sure if I'd want it to follow Ellie. It'd be kind of cool to see a part 3 from Abby's perspective a bit more, but I'm thinking that if there was a part 3, I don't want to see like Ellie going on a hunt to try and find Dina or something like that. I think that would just be, that'd be too typical. But yeah, I think personally, I think The Last of Us 2 was a great game. I think it was a really good sequel. I think it was well written. I think the characters all had very good development, and I don't understand the problem that people had with the game. Who knows? You might agree with me. You might disagree with me. If you disagree or agree, leave a comment. Let me know. Have I missed something? Am I overlooking something? Do you agree that Joel should have died early? Do you agree that Ellie shouldn't have killed Abby? You know, I want to know. And if you liked this video, leave a like. That's what, you generally do. And if you want to see more in the future, subscribe. Because again, that's kind of what you do. If you want to keep watching a channel, you subscribe to them. And I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be in like a month's time. Bye.